Hi everyone, I have a guest design team project for Amazing Mold Putty. They make the two-part yellow and white mold putty that we all use to mold things that we want to keep reusing with our casting resin. And this is a product that they make. It's Amazing Remelt, and it is reusable. So, and it's food, it's non-toxic, and it's food gradable. So, or food grade. Anyways, I decided that I was going to make some Easter Bunny candies using this. And if you just open this, I mean, it generally looks like this. There's usually more in it, but I've been playing with it. So I kind of like made some molds and then I'm going to remelt them. So you can melt it right here in this, and a container of this takes less than 2 minutes in the microwave to melt. So I am going to melt all of this down. Not sure how much I'm going to need to make the bunnies. Now what I'm using is, I found these at the dollar store. They were actually Jacks. They came with a rubber ball, and I washed them with hot soapy water. And I'm going to mold these little bunnies, and I'm going to make some gummy bunnies. So I'm going to stick this in the microwave for about 2 minutes, just so it gets to be a liquid consistency. And I will be right back. Okay, so this took less than a minute to melt in the microwave. And now you have a liquid consistency. So then what you're going to do is you're going to place your objects in a container. And you're just going to pour this around your objects. And you're just going to fill it up to, you know, we're not doing 3D bunnies. I'm just going to do flat bunnies that have flat backs. So I'm just going to pour this in. Till I think I have enough. And then this is easy cleanup. All you have to do is wait for this to harden, and it'll peel right off of anything. So I'm just going to set this aside. That will harden. I will clean that up. This will harden. I am going to stick this in the freezer for about 15 minutes. So let me just go stick this in the freezer for about 15 minutes. And then I'm going to show you how I do my gelatin my gummy recipe while that's hardening. Okay, so you want to have a pan on the stove, making sure you guys can see me and my mess back here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this over here, but I'm going to turn the stove on so this gets hot while I'm doing this. And what you will need for this is you will need unflavored gelatin. I'm going to do cinnamon, so I'm using a cinnamon flavor for candy, and this is Wilton's. You'll need a half a cup of water, so I'm going to pour the water in. I'm sorry, this was not water. This is a half a cup of cranberry pomegranate juice. You can use any type juice. It gives you the sweet that you'll need for it. I'm also going to add a tablespoon of sugar. Okay, and then you're going to need, this is the Knox unflavored gelatin, you're going to need 4 packs of it. And we're not adding the cinnamon until it's done cooking. So we're just going to add the 4 packets of this. And I am all thumbs today. I've been dropping things since I woke up this morning. So we're going to stir this in to the juice. And we got one more package to stir in here. Okay, so we want to stir this until, so you got like an applesauce consistency. So once you have this mixed to a consistency like applesauce, we're going to let this sit for 5 or 10 minutes, and then we're going to cook it on the stove. Okay, so we've waited about 5-10 minutes. We're going to put this on medium heat, and it kind of got hard. So we're going to melt this and dissolve all the granules that are in here. So we're going to let that sit on there. And then I just wanted to show you, this is the one that's hardening, you know, that I didn't use. And if you can see, it just peels right away from this bowl. And you can put it back in its container and reuse it again and again and again. Which I think this is great. You don't necessarily have to use this for food, for molding food, candy. You can use this for your regular molds too in your craft rooms. You know, you want to mold something once and you're never going to, you know, use it with, because you can use this with resin and you're not ever going to mold, you know, make a piece of resin out of it or clay or whatnot. Then you can melt it down and use it again and again and again. So yeah, this is amazing remelt, and I would suggest trying it. It's been really fun to work with. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to check on the molds that we made with the bunnies and let this dissolve a little in the pan. It's already starting to heat up and dissolve. And then once the bunny mold is ready, we can pour it into the bunny mold and we'll have some gummies. Okay, so our mold is set. It's hardened. We're just going to take it out of the bowl and it just pulls out like that. Super easy. It's just like Jell-O, but you can handle it because it's got a harder consistency to it. And then I'm just going to pop these bunny rabbits out of here. And this one kind of went 3D, so I'll have to remember to get some in there, or I can just cut the top of there. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a plate and set this on. Move this over. Okay, so now that the mold is out, we're going to fill it with our gummy, with the gummy recipe that we did. And I'm just going to get, I want to use something that I can pour this with, so I'm just going to use a little cup that I can squeeze. And I only did 3 molds, so I'm going to end up putting the rest of my recipe in another mold that I have. Then we're going to wait for these to sit. We're going to let them sit for 5 minutes in the room temperature. And then I will put them in the freezer for another 5 to 15 minutes. And we'll see what we have.